Hello, everybody. I want to do a Yankees video on the World Series. What I think went wrong, what I think could have won us the series, or would have given us maybe a better chance had we done these things. Throughout the playoffs, Verdugo looked horrible, just utter shit. He was just really bad, and I feel like okay. After like a couple of few games seeing him just do nothing, they should have seen what Dominguez, the Martian, looks like in left field. That could have changed the fortunes of the series. What if Dominguez got hot? What if he was a difference maker in this series? And then there were a lot of errors, I guess. That you could have gotten errors with the backups too. With Dominguez and who else you're gonna put in. So, but another thing, like throughout the playoffs, okay, Jazz did absolutely nothing, and then come World Series time, Jazz, Verdugo, and Rizzo were like non-existent with their bats, and Rizzo wasn't great with the glove either. They all made mistakes. One thing I would have changed up, three things. Okay, Verdugo would have been benched a long time ago for Dominguez, for the Martian. I would have put, instead of Jazz, I would have maybe put Oswaldo Cabrera. And instead of Rizzo, and this is in the World Series mostly with Jazz, and with Jazz throughout the playoffs, and we could have done something else there. So that could have been something we did throughout the playoffs as well. But Rizzo was doing great up until the World Series. So when you got the gist that he wasn't doing good, I would have put in Birdie at first. So basically, come World Series time, it could have been Dominguez in left, Oswaldo Cabrera at third, and at first base, I would have had Birdie. So that's some changes I think could have sparked something in the lineup. As bad as Wells looked, I still like his bat and the potential for what you're gonna get. Than Trevino. Trevino just isn't a hitter. He's just not. He might be worse than Molina from 2009, our backup catcher. Who was that? Jose Molina. Was he the one of the brothers? You had Yadier. I don't know. There were like three of them or something, and Jose and I forget what was the other guy. Benji Molina. But I think they brought up in a game once that it's like a Latin thing to name name your son like a million different names. Not literally a million, but a lot of names. So like they were all named Benji, all the brothers, and they were named after their father, who was Benji as well. But then they had like multiple names, and then each one took a different name when they made the majors. Okay, so anyway, so that's what I would have done differently. I would have done Oswaldo at third, Birdie at first, and Dominguez in the outfield, in left field, and then I think the obvious here, bringing in a guy that hadn't pitched, Nestor Cortez, in like over a month, and you're going to bring him in a tie ball game in extra innings. Bad idea. And then you're going to load the bases for the other team. I would have either stuck with the pitcher that was in there and gone with that, or there had to be someone else in the bullpen we could have gone to besides Nestor Cortez. I'm not saying Nestor Cortez is a bad pitcher, but the guy hadn't pitched in like over a month. So, And then just the errors were just insane. I think on paper, offensively, all year the Yankees are one of the better teams offensively, and they just didn't show that in this series. We just came up short with the bats. But again, like I'm thinking back to like '96 World Series, and Joe Torre changed it up. He did some different stuff. Tino Martinez wasn't hitting, and so in one of the games in Atlanta, he put in Cecil Fielder. So like you got to change things up sometimes. You can't like go with the same lineup like every day. It started to be like ho hum, like oh, this is gonna be the lineup again, and it gets so tiresome and annoying not to see a different lineup each night when you know guys are struggling and shouldn't be out there playing, and you know you got guys on the bench that could at least you could try them like for at least a game and see how they look. But no, I don't think Boone is a bad manager. I don't know. It was some of this stuff coming from the top, like front office and stuff. Were they making some decisions on who plays and whatnot? Like we don't quite know that. So I think it's hard to judge fully. But and I'm not saying Boone should lose his job. I mean, we should at least give him one more chance. He's got an option or something. Bring him back for another year. And if we don't do anything or don't make the playoffs, then get rid of him. But, one guy I really like for manager is Luis Soho. If we ever, when it comes down to a new manager. I don't know where he is in baseball right now. He used to be in a minor league organization. He managed, I believe, Team Venezuela in the World Baseball Classic to a championship. And he also, did that for the Caribbean World Series Venezuelan team as well. So he's got pedigree when it comes to, and he's got experience when it comes to managing, and he managed in a minor league organization. And usually utility infielders are usually really really good at managing, either catchers or utility infielders. So I really like him. I guess I wouldn't mind Mattingly, but I think he's getting a little too old, maybe, for my liking for manager. I like maybe a little younger manager. I mean, I guess for experience-wise, you're going to get the experience. Another guy who could be an option, and I don't get why he doesn't have a job in the majors when other guys did worse in the cheating scandals, but Carlos Beltran. And I feel like just about all the managers that were involved in those cheating scandals are back in baseball. All the coaches are back in baseball somewhere. Yet Beltran is like some kind of pariah where he has to be like the scapegoat for like this whole thing when he was just a player on Houston. He wasn't the mastermind behind the whole thing. And I think cheating is happening everywhere in this sport. I'm sure the Yankees have done it. They had the whole phone thing going on. I'm not saying one is worse than the other or whatnot. I'm not comparing, but it's baseball's a game of cheating. Basically, it's a game of one-upping the other one by cheating. So not saying it's right to do the way that Houston did it and the way Boston did it, but and then they got caught doing it as well. That's a stupid thing to get caught doing it. But I don't know. It seems to me like he paid his due, Beltran, and he wasn't even the mastermind behind the whole. I mean, you got to pin it on the manager, I would think. Wasn't it AJ Hinch? He's the guy that he's the guy that did that. I mean, there were rumors that Beltran came up with it and all, but come on. I don't know if I buy that. I don't know if I buy that. An ex-Yankee cheating against his old team? Come on. I don't know if I buy that. And that was never proven to be true. So, anyway, I'm not saying Booney should go. Not saying he's the problem or anything. But I do feel like when it comes time to it, Luis Soho or Beltran could be options for me that I would like. I always used to think Henry Mullins might be good too, but didn't something happen with him? Some kind of controversy. I forget what it was. But and wasn't he an assistant hitting coach on the Yankees for a while? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but those are my two choices. And it's just some problems in this series were bad defense. I think bad offense as well. Whereas we had been hitting all year, and come playoff time, we just weren't. And like I said, there were ways we could have improved that by bringing in different players. So anyway, that's all I'm gonna say for now. It's still fresh in my mind. It's still. I honestly think that the Dodgers aren't much better than the Yankees, but they just outplayed us. They just outplayed us, and we made mistakes and didn't hit. That's it in a nutshell. That's it in a nutshell. I mean, you can't. I mean, in reality, what if you do change it up, like I said, and they don't do it either? Then it's going to look bad too. Then they're going to be like, well, why didn't you play these guys? You know. So anyway, that's going to be it for now. I'll let you guys chew on this, and please comment in the bottom. Give me your take on the series and what you think. Thank you. Happy Halloween, everybody, and may the force be with you.